We're now joined by Seth Clausen, a 2021 Pleasant Valley grad, a Minnesota grad, and now the newest member of the Colorado Rockies organization. Seth, thanks for joining us. Hard to believe it's been 4 years since you last left Pleasant Valley. Let me start with what was Minnesota like for you and playing ball up there? Because I know you were pretty excited when you went up there.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me. This will be great and appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. But yeah, 4 years ago doesn't seem very long ago, looking back at it. But yeah, the past 4 years have been great. Been up in Minneapolis, making a ton of new friends and a lot of new connections. So the 4 years have gone super fast, but it's been great and couldn't ask for a better experience.
What kept you at Minnesota? Because obviously, the day and age that we're in with college sports and NIL and people moving around, you stayed. You were loyal. What kept you up in Minnesota?
Yeah, well, first of all, I feel like the whole Minnesota program is based on that loyalty and just kind of the family aspect of it has been huge. I had a coach that I played for my first 3 years who had been there or on campus for 50 years. So he was the head coach for 43, and he just really instilled um, the loyalty and family part of baseball in all of us. So that obviously makes it really easy when you have a coach that gives that same loyalty back to his players. But then along with that, I've just made amazing friends, and especially my freshman class had a lot of guys stay for the whole 4 years. So never even really felt like an option to leave. It was like I'm here, and we're gonna stick this out together and through the ups and downs. So it was great.
I remember talking to you before you left when you were at PV, and you had some high expectations, not just for yourself, but others were putting high expectations on you. How do you think you lived up to those? And do you think like maybe you even exceeded them as you got up there and grew more as a baseball player?
Yeah, there were definitely ups and downs, and I'd say college baseball kind of uh, punched punched me in the face pretty quick there, because it is a big adjustment, and you realize quickly that there's a lot of talent in the baseball world, and um, especially just getting out of high school baseball, it's a huge adjustment. So, I think I did a lot of growing and maturing over the past 4 years, and um, can confidently say I became a better baseball player as well. So, I mean, I wouldn't say I exceeded or, went below any expectations. I just had a great time with it and enjoyed every moment. But yeah, it's really cool getting to move on. And I know that um, it's pretty rare that people can say that. So I'm really fortunate to be able to move on to the next level and keep living out my dream.
You were a guy that obviously wanted the ball all the time, starting pitcher, things of that nature. When did you make that transition to being a bullpen guy, and how easy or difficult was that for you?
Yeah. So it was pretty easy because as a freshman, you get in there and unless you're throwing really, really well and consistent, you're probably just getting put in the bullpen. And that was it was an easy adjustment just because, you're going out there for one inning at a time. It doesn't take as much um, preparation and things of that nature. But I mean, I've grown to love it, and over the past 4 years, it's just one of those things that you kind of mold yourself into that bullpen piece and do everything you can to get better at that portion of fishing.
Is it a mind switch a little bit? Because, like you said, it may be one inning, it may be a couple batters, whatever it is, but you still got to get up, you got to get hot, you got to get ready, just like you would if you were starting. But what's that mindset like?
Yeah, coming out of the bullpen is honestly more fun because you can get out there and kind of show off what you got. Um, when you're starting, you kind of got to pace yourself. You're just trying to fill up the zone, get outs. And obviously, you're trying to do that in the bullpen too, but you can go out there and your main goal is just get people out as fast as you can. So it's really fun being able to get to use all the different pitches you got and go out there and try to strike guys out.
Did you adapt more pitches? Did you pick up a new pitch while you were up there in college?
Yeah. So in high school, I only had two. I had a fastball and curveball. Curveball's always been my go-to pitch. I've been throwing that same thing since like 12 years old. But yeah, I kind of developed a slider my junior year, and then this past year, my senior year, um, started throwing a changeup a lot more. So now I've got kind of four distinct pitches. Can use them in different counts and different scenarios. So yeah,
Do you think that makes you like I guess, a more well-rounded pitcher? Because obviously, you would think a reliever has a really good fastball and then one other pitch, but with you having
yeah,
four pitches, I mean, that's got to be beneficial for you.
yeah. What I love about it is like just completely keeps the batters off balance. You know, when you can make the ball move in kind of every way, um, probably just makes for an uncomfortable at bat. So yeah, absolutely a more well-rounded pitcher than just having the two pitches. But yeah, just working on making all four really consistent and being able to do exactly what I want with them all the time.
What was it like playing in the Big Ten? Because obviously, it's not necessarily known as a baseball conference, but then
Mhm.
when this year, when you add in the teams out were on the West Coast, and obviously some really good teams within the Big Ten, it became a really good baseball conference, especially this year.
For sure. I mean, what I loved about it is it was all the teams that I grew up watching. I grew up just around, 45 minutes from Iowa and um, pretty short drive up to Minneapolis and Illinois, all those teams. So I grew up watching all those teams, which was awesome. Got to visit all those campuses. And then now with the addition of Oregon, USC, UCLA, it's awesome. We went out to Oregon for a series. So just being able to visit and see a bunch of new states, cities, campuses, it's been sweet.
So you're technically eligible for the MLB draft after your junior year, and then obviously once you're a senior, graduate, you're still eligible and things like that. But was it ever a thought after your junior year of potentially getting drafted, or was it always like, hey, I'm going to come back and play my senior year?
Yeah, so I actually did think I wanted to get drafted last year and was kind of doing everything I could to get drafted last year, and nothing seemed to work out. Um, but I mean, looking back at it, I'm glad that nothing happened because this senior year has been awesome. Just being able to get my degree, meet more people, get closer with my friends, have another full year with all these people up here. It's been nothing short of amazing.
Oh, this year, obviously, I'll say it's kind of like a make or break year type thing for you because coming out of college your senior year, it's what's next. Honestly, is it do I find a job in the real world? Do I keep playing ball? Was that kind of where you were at first before all the draft stuff happened?
Yeah, 100%. I was kind of gumming into the year with no expectations. And obviously, I really wanted to play professional baseball, and that's been my lifelong dream. But I didn't want to add any extra pressure or anything on that because, there's really no bad option. It's either you go out to Arizona, start playing pro ball, or, you live with your best buddies for another few years and stick around all the people you've been around the past 4 years. So, it really wasn't a bad option, but I mean, ultimately, I do want to play baseball if I have the chance. So super fortunate for that working out.
So, what was the last week like for you when you're getting ready for the draft and you know things are happening and you're probably looking at the draft going, all right, well, I'm not going to go day one, but
Mhm.
I have a chance to go day two, day three, whatever it is. What was the process like for you getting ready for the draft?
Yeah, so I've got like a group of advisors or agents now, I guess, that help you through that whole thing, and they do most of the talking with the professional teams, and they kind of relay the information back to you. So I kind of knew the level of interest, and like you said, I wasn't expecting to go on day one in the first three rounds, but there's a couple slots in uh, the full draft that I was kind of expecting to go in, which was either like the end of the first 10 rounds as like a money saving pick, um, or, the back half of the last 10 rounds. So, where I ended up getting selected. But going up to it, it was pretty stressful just because, you put in all this work and you never know if it's going to ultimately pay off for you in the end. Um, But like I said, was going in with no expectations and just hoping whatever happened would work out. So I'm really glad that the Rockies were took a chance on me, and I'm excited to get down there.
Did you watch each day, or did you kind of just do your own thing, just wait for a phone call?
I did watch, just to, if it did happen, I wanted to be there and see it. Um, but also I just wanted to keep the phone close in case anything was to happen, or in case the team ended up like not calling me beforehand and it just popped up. So yeah.
So as it went along, were you getting calls from your agents or your advisors saying, "Hey, we think this could be it, or this round, or this team's interested in you"?
Yeah, so I knew like before kind of the group of teams that had the highest chance of drafting me. Um, And then in the 10th round, I actually had some interest from the Dodgers. I think they were deciding between maybe me and a couple other guys, and they ended up going a different direction, which was fine. But you know, when that call comes through, you're, the heart starts pumping. Um, and then when they go another direction, it's kind of a letdown, but kept the hopes up high, and it got to the back half of day two, and uh, yeah, my advisors called me and told me that the Rockies were all in and they were going to take me in the next couple rounds. So I had about 2 rounds of watching before actually seeing the name. So it's kind of crazy how it worked. I wasn't even going into it with a bunch of knowledge. I didn't realize like how the actual process worked.
You knew 2 rounds before you got drafted, so did you just sit and wait, and because you knew once it got to that point, the Colorado Rockies were taking you because they'd already
Yeah,
told you. So what was that like to one get the phone call, but then two actually hear your name and see your stuff up there?
exactly. So I ended up knowing at the back half of round 14 that they were going to take me either in the 15th or the 16th, and that they were still deciding. So I was watching with my family and, kind of processing the whole thing. And after round 15, there was like a 10-minute break, and that felt like the longest 10 minutes ever because I just wanted to get it all sped up. But, it ended up being round 16, and it was awesome. So
So
quite.
what's next for you? I mean, obviously you get drafted by the Rockies, and well, let me ask you. I mean, did you know much about the Rockies? Did you watch the Rockies growing up?
Yeah, so I didn't, but I actually like one of my best buddies up here. His dad was a coach for the Double-A Rockies, and a hitting coordinator for them for I don't know 15 or 20 years. So he's super familiar with the area, familiar with how everything works. So they've kind of filled me in, and it's been great.
So what's next for you? Obviously, you're going to continue to play ball with the Rockies, but where do
hmm
you go? What do you do next?
Yeah, so I'm actually leaving tomorrow, so it's a pretty quick turnaround. Going to Scottsdale, Arizona, where do a bunch of physicals and have to pass those before actually signing. And then next week it'll get into a mini camp with all the other guys who got drafted, followed by joining the complex league team. So that's probably when you'll start actually pitching and doing that stuff. And then anytime after that is when you get assigned to an affiliate team, which is in Fresno, California, or Spokane, Washington. So yeah.
What do you think that's going to be like? Obviously, you've probably dreamt about this. I mean, anybody who grew up playing baseball has wanted to be in your position, wanted to play
Mhm.
baseball at a professional level, whether it's the minor leagues or make it to the majors. I mean, it's hard to do it to where you're at right now, even, and it's going to be even harder to get to the major leagues. So, what do you think that moment's going to be like when you first put on that jersey and like, man, it's official?
No, I know it's crazy. I don't even know what it's going to be like because it still really hasn't even sunk in. So I think it's going to take till then to actually, you know, all the emotions will probably kick in. Um, but yeah, it's going to be nuts. And like you said, this has been a thing that I've been dreaming out since a little kid. So I've
Hmm.
always wanted to do this, and um, it's going to be pretty surreal.
Let me ask you this because everybody has those aspirations to play ball or play
Mhm.
professional or whatever. How hard is it? Because you've made it so far, but it didn't come at just like, oh, I'm going to show up to the ballpark and do it. You've put in the work. Kind of explain what you've had to do to get there.
Yeah. Well, it's been a bumpy road. I mean, growing up, I was not always like the best player, even, you know, on the youth teams was never the best player. Or it's kind of always small. So, I mean, more than just hard work, it took a lot of belief in myself. Um, you know, just I'd say that's been the hardest part is just always like really believing with all your heart that you're gonna make it one day. And I feel like I kind of like manifested this in a way. It's just, everything that I've kind of done has been leading up to this point. And I can say I'm pretty proud of myself for doing all those things and kind of sticking to a path and trusting in the full process.
I've talked to other players, people that have made it to where you're at, and they've all mentioned about keeping it a game because obviously there's a business end to it.
Mhm.
How important do you think that'll be for you just to remember that it is still a kid's game. You're just playing it at a different level.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be so important because I think, it's really easy to let all those added stressors and the pressure of, potentially like getting released or not doing well or the whole business side of it. It's really easy to let that stuff get to you, but I think it is actually like if you worry about that, you're not going to do as well. Like you said, if you keep it a game, then that's where I've seen the most results. And that's when I'm doing my best is when I'm out there just having fun with it. And um, it's just a game.
Because there's been guys that have gone in the 16th round or even later that have Hall of Fame careers that make it to the major leagues, and guys in the second and third that don't. So I want to wish you well. Obviously, I've
Thank
seen
you.
you play in high school, watched you a little bit in college through different games and whatever, and you've got the mentality to do it. So just wanted to say congratulations to you again. I know everybody's proud of you back here. I guess before I let you go, did your phone blow up after you got drafted, and how hard was that?
It really did. But I mean, it was pretty surreal. Like all, your whole support system growing up is was texting me and calling me and just really fortunate to have all those people in my life that are truly in my corner and want to see me succeed. So um it was really nice to hear from all those people and um yeah, still can't believe it.
Well, congratulations again. Next time we talk, you could potentially be MLB player in the
Yeah,
Colorado Rockies organization. So,
that's the
congratulations
goal.
and good luck to you in the future, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's been great.